Hey guys, so continuing the Cannes Film Festival coverage, today's movie I'm going to be discussing on the channel is the newest film from Wes Anderson called Asteroid City, which actually marks the first time that Anderson has dipped his toes in the genre of science fiction. And when I thought about that, I found it a little strange because Anderson is such a quirky, eccentric, and imaginative filmmaker that he should have felt right at home in the science fiction genre many years ago, but it's taking him this long to make a science fiction-y movie, and yeah, he's definitely having fun here with Asteroid City, but did I have fun with it? I had some fun. As I said in my review for the French Dispatch, I've always been one of those people that admires the work of Wes Anderson, but I don't really love it. Some of his movies I've really enjoyed, like The Grand Budapest Hotel is probably my favorite of his. But I'm always one of those people that seems to be left at a distance because of his sensibilities, his staccato dialogue, the deadpan delivery of his movies and stuff. I struggle to find an emotional connection with his movies sometimes. I can appreciate his work, but I don't fall head over heels for them like so many of his fans does. And loads of people at the Cannes Film Festival seem to really enjoy this. I came out of it lukewarm. The film is set in 1955, and much like The Grand Budapest Hotel or Isle of Dogs, the title immediately lets the audience know where the film is set. Asteroid City is a sleepy little desert town somewhere in America with a population of 87. Anderson gives the audience a scenic tour of the quaint little town with one very clean, precise swivel shot. You've got the one pump gas station, a 10-room motel, a cute little diner, and in very Wes Anderson eccentricity, an off-ramp that leads to nowhere. The town's namesake attraction is the site of an asteroid strike, and the town is also adjacent to intermittent atomic bomb testing. The film boasts a large ensemble of A-list Hollywood actors. You could name 5 random A-list actors, and odds are at least one of them would show up in the Asteroid City lineup. You've got Anderson regulars like Edward Norton, Jeffrey Wright, Jeff Goldblum, Willem Dafoe, and Tilda Swinton all showing up for a part, along with Anderson first-timers like Tom Hanks, Margot Robbie, Scarlet Johansson, Steve Carrell, and Bryan Cranston. It seems very fitting for a sci-fi movie that's all about stargazing that Wes Anderson and Roman Coppola filled the film with actual stars. Yep, I see what you did there. Anyway, there's a smorgasbord of talent involved, but I would say the primary characters of the film are Ogie Steenbeck, played by Jason Schwartzman, and his brainiac son Woodrow, played by Jake Ryan, and his 3 daughters, along with his father-in-law, Stanley Zak, who's played by Tom Hanks. Their car breaks down in Asteroid City, and Augie needs to tell his kids that their mother has passed away, and this can hopefully start the grieving process for all of them. But also, Asteroid City is the location of this junior stargazing competition, which Augie's son Woodrow is participating in, and they all take part in this cosmic event, but when an extraterrestrial life form shows up at the event, the government locks the town of Asteroid City down, and the inhabitants are left to ponder their existence, and that is essentially the plot. But in case that wasn't quirky enough, Anderson employs a puzzling meta-framing device for the narrative. As it turns out, the events that we're witnessing in Asteroid City aren't actually real. What we're watching is, in fact, a televised play that's going on in a theater in New York, with a narrator who's played by Bryan Cranston popping up occasionally to clunkily explain how it's all supposed to tie together. So if the French Dispatch was Anderson's way of honoring and celebrating journalism, then Asteroid City is his way of honoring and celebrating theater. But I did find myself asking whilst I was watching the film, is he honoring the correct medium? Because this film in so many ways is acknowledging and celebrating the work of Steven Spielberg's movies like E.T. the Extraterrestrial and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So yes, wouldn't that more be a celebration of cinema and Spielbergian awe and wonder rather than theater? Yeah, it doesn't feel like this framing device that Anderson was employing for this film was ever fully realized. I will say there are some standout moments, like the actual first encounter with the extraterrestrial is Probably one of my favorite Wes Anderson scenes he's ever put to the screen. But sadly, nothing else in the film quite matches the joy and whimsy of this one particular scene. It seems a bit redundant to say that Asteroid City is a visually pleasing film because that is the standard that we've come to expect with any of his work. But truly, this film is a feast for the eyes. Robert D. Yeoman's warm cinematography gives the film a yummy, inviting look. The color palette is dripping in calming pastels, which extends to the vintage costume designs by Milena Canonero. Adam Stockhausen's playful set designs make the town of Asteroid City look like a life-size dollhouse for the actors to play in. And there's also some charming miniature and puppet work for the roadrunners that bounce through the town. I love that. So I think loyal Wes Anderson fans will be pleased with his latest work, but for casual moviegoers, they may struggle with this one. The overabundance of characters in this film, all doing the same super serious deadpan delivery, makes it very difficult for any character to stand out. Despite its grand ensemble of top-notch talent, I struggled to even recite 3 character names after I left the cinema. Jason Schwartzman and Scarlett Johansson's characters are probably the two that come closest to actually having an emotional connection. But sadly, even Augie's journey of grief doesn't really net any satisfying payoff. This also features one of the more forgettable scores that Alexander Desplat has composed for an Anderson picture. The soundtrack choices overshadow his efforts with excellent uses of Slim Whitman's Indian Love Call, as well as Buddy Holly's Last Train to San Fernando. And if you don't recognize either of those song names, I'm just gonna say this: Mars Attacks. I mean, it is a sci-fi with aliens. Do I think Asteroid City might get some Oscar nominations? Honestly, I don't see it happening. Like, The French Dispatch was completely goose-egged, and I'm just not sure this is gonna gel with a lot of people. This is the thing with Wes Anderson films now. Like, he's consistently making good-looking, quality films, but he's kind of mastered his own style now, to the point where he's become predictable, okay? Like, he's really playing it safe now with Asteroid City. Like, there's no risk or experimentation in his films. Like, you kind of know what you're gonna get before you even go into one of his films. And because of that, I haven't been truly wowed by any of his films since Grand Budapest Hotel. Like, he is reliable at delivering original, albeit kind of pointless stories, but nothing about the execution of Asteroid City is daring or surprising. So I came out of Asteroid City just kind of indifferent about it, and I imagine it will be the same for a lot of Academy voters as well. So yeah, while I would like to see it in the discussion for production design and costume design, I'm just not sure it's gonna happen. But what do you guys think? Is Asteroid City gonna get some Oscar nominations? Let me know in that comment section down below. So let's ask them 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch it again? Honestly, I don't think I feel the need to watch this one again. Like, it's not a bad film, it's just, I don't know if I feel like I would get much else from watching it again. But yeah, I'm honestly not that fussed. I don't know if I will ever watch this again. Question 2, do I recommend it for you guys? I mean, if you're a Wes Anderson fan, this is right up your alley. Very much ticks all of the Anderson-y boxes. But if you're a casual moviegoer who actually wants some emotional investment in the characters and the story, the film still keeps you at an awkward distance, and it's very Wes Anderson in that sense. So it's probably not for you. But yeah, if you're a fan of Anderson's work, go check it out. And third question, what score to give it out of 10? The technical aspects of this film are fantastic. The direction, the costumes, the production design, the miniatures, all that stuff is good. But I just was not emotionally invested in the story. I was just kind of viewing it as a passive spectator rather than feeling like, oh, I'm really in this, I'm enjoying this, you know? It's good in the way that it's made, but I honestly just didn't care that much. So yeah, I'm just indifferent to it. So I'm gonna give Asteroid City a score of 5 out of 10. But as always, guys, it's just one bloke's opinion. I do want to hear from you. Are you excited for Asteroid City? If you've seen it, what did you make of it? Do let me know in the comment section down below. And how does it rank for you in your Wes Anderson rankings? Whatever you have to say about this film, let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, help me out with a little thumbs up button. For more movie, TV, and Oscars related content, don't forget to click subscribe. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, the Oscars, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Hearfield, and I'll see you next time.